Try Sean.
Val and Sue is here. We go for time. At 8:42.
Hang on. No, I have one. Hello.
Hello, Sue. Can you hear me
Hello.
okay?
I can hear you perfectly. I'm with my friend Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia.
At
And
her
Val has joined us
church.
also.
Hi.
Kirsten, we were with Anne yesterday.
How was it?
We had a really fun time. We're at my girlfriend's church. They have a renovated church. Can you see?
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Wow.
It's stunning. This is what like a church. We're at Chumla.
That's awesome.
It is. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Did you meet? This is Cynthia.
Yes, hi.
Where is
We've
she?
met once
Hi.
before. How are you?
And Sean and
Hi,
Valerie.
Hello. Yeah,
I don't think Annie will be joining us.
that's all right. We will tape it and send it once it's in the can. Like that's my movie talk for the day. It's in the can.
I hope Mark got there. Give 1 minute.
1 minute to Mark. All right, we're gonna get started in 1 minute. So exciting, Sunday fun day, yes. Lots of good stuff and some challenging stuff too, but it's Sunday and it's fun day and we got stuff to do. Get all the sleep out of my eyes.
Someone just joined.
Oh yeah, who's that? Is that Mark? It looks like Mark Lurie. Yes, it is Mark. I think we're all set and ready to go. Well, it's showtime at Sunday Fun Day. To get started, we're going to come to the middle of our mat, bring our feet out to the sides of our mat with the sides of the feet running parallel to the mat. Let's just take a little bit of sway with the hips from side to side. I like to put my hands on hips because it looks better from a rhythmic perspective. That's it. Oh yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, it's very important. You just can't be dangling out. You have to have like purpose with all of these movements. Now, as we calm the hips, let's take a little focus down to the feet. And I'd like you to try to move slightly forward and back till you feel a balance of weight in both feet. Then let's take your toes today and going to separate them widely. So you're going to lift off your mat, open wide, and then gently just let them all descend back down onto the mat. Let's bring some straightness to the legs, and let's bring some elevation through all of that spinal column of yours, and draw the shoulders up to the ears. And as you open the palms to face forward, take your thumbs and make an effort to spiral them backwards as you feel that engagement of muscle across the shoulders on the back and that expansion across the chest. Let's try to make an effort to draw the shoulders up ever so slightly more, and then sweep the hands backwards with arms long, basically no bend in the elbows. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, let's drift your butt back and earlier, we registered balance between left and right. I like to create a little bit of imbalance with more weight back in the heel of the foot. So as we draw back the butt, we're having a little hip hinging going on, but we want spinal column length. As you inhale this time, let's sweep the hands forward, rotate the palms to face, and then bring the hands up, relatively high. I know Mark is more challenged with this, so elevation is not necessary to get up and find compression. It's just elevation to create movement through that shoulder joint. So you find what's body appropriate today as the hands sweep down and back, palms open up, and thumbs spiral that arm around each side, of course. Take a big inhale, sweep up, exhale back and down, and keep articulating between those 2 points and see if the range of motion can be increased with each movement, both on the back swing and the forward and up. And then everyone hold down and back, spiral those thumbs around, pull your butt back even more. Give me as much weight bearing into the heels, and to accommodate that, let's make sure you're not bent for the knees. This is a big posterior chain load. We want to use those gluteal muscles to help control the rate of descent of the upper body. You should feel lengthening and engagement of those muscles over your butt, down into the legs, back of the knees. As you inhale, let's sweep the arms down, let them hang just towards the earth. Separate the fingers widely. Draw the hips back a little more if you can. Now, bend the knees and then raise the hands up shoulder height as we come into a squat-like position. Let's take the thumbs and turn them internally and rotate them towards the earth. As you inhale, draw the shoulders backwards. And as you exhale, try to push the shoulders away from the midline of the body. As you inhale, stand tall, sweep the hands to the sky. As you exhale, fold it down. Walk it out to plank. Step it back if you need to. We're in the middle of the mat, so you probably needed to do both. Now, push-up position. When we start this, little muscle memory might be taking over. I like you to take your chest and let it kind of drop into the arms. So between both arms, we're kind of lowering down. And if the back of the head decided to follow along with that, let's lift the back of the head and then let the chest descend down. Do both simultaneously. And then pull your hips up and backwards to down dog. Come on your tippy toes. And then drive your heels earthward. And then sweep it back to your plank pose. Push your chest towards the earth as you draw the back of the head to the sky. And then gently lower down onto the knees. And then take them back up off the earth. So we're just bending and extending through the knees right now. A little bit of increase of movement in the ankles, and you should feel a nice kind of release over the bottom of the foot. Now, knees come down, pull your hips back and walk the hands out. Yeah, got a little going on, child's pose. I think this is an opportunity now that we've reduced some of the effective workload in the back, because we have the support of the arms. See if you can make the chest proud as you work to expand the shoulders. So expansion, spine being the midline of the back and body. You're pulling away from that midline. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Now, take the ball of each big foot, big toe, sorry, big foot, that's a legendary animal, and the heel of each foot together. So ball of each big toe and heel together. So we have a little V shape going on between the knees and the ankles. Let's take the ball and the heel and push them together. A little bit of inner thigh activation. As you do that, let's take your tailbone and try to tuck it under. So instead of rotating it towards the sky, we're actually pushing the ball of each big toe and the heel together as we kind of tuck under and suck up the belly button towards the spine. And this opportunity now, let's let the head kind of fall off the body and pull from the center of the spine, hollowing out, lifting up that belly button up into the spine as we round the back, and then reverse that. Push your chest to the earth. Now flip the tailbone to the sky as you pull the back of the head to the sky. And we have our 2 points of oscillation. From here, curl it under, tuck it under, and then reverse. Associate the movement with breath. Inhaling and then coming into what often referred to as cat, and then extending out to cow on the exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, cat.
Inhale a cat.
Yeah, exhale, cow. I inhale the cat. All right, now let's take the knees up off the earth. Lower them back down ever so gently. Keep the V in the legs and keep as best you can that little push of the big toe, the ball thereof, and the heel working together as we up and lower, raise and lower, sorry, the knees up and off the earth and gently back down, and then hold up, rotate the feet to face backwards as the knees pull together. We have a nice closed leg, down dog. Take your butt, pull it high to the sky, come up onto the tippy toes. As you inhale, extend for the spine. And as you exhale, drive the heels to the earth, and then step your feet forward. Frame them with your hands. Take a big inhale, extend to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold back down. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Now hold the spinal extension and bring as much straightness as the warmed up body will allow to your knees. Take a little opportunity. See if you can find a little more length. Now, fold back down, bend the knees, step your palms onto your shins. If your elbows have rotated internally, rotate them externally. Your shoulders, if they've rounded forward, draw them up towards the backside of the body. Feel that nice activation of the muscles interacting with your shoulder blades. Spine to extension as you inhale. Now we're in a tabletop type position. So if your butt's higher than the head or vice versa, try to level them out so both are relatively equal distance off the earth. As you inhale, push the palms to the shin. Now let's lower the butt lower than the height of the head. Palms still pushing to the shin, bring spine to extension, and make sure those shoulders aren't rolling forward. Let's draw them back. Now take the right hand, reach it forward. Take the left hand, reach it forward. Take the butt, keep it low, and then unhinge the upper body. As you inhale, stand tall. And as you exhale, reach for the sky. Your version, best version, crowding the chest. Inhaling, feeling long. Exhaling, lowering the shoulders, arms shoulder height. I've rotated my palms to face the earth. Try it. It's nothing hard, right? Now, separate the fingers widely and then draw the thumbs together. And then sweep back using the baby fingers as the pull mechanism. Come back forward with the thumbs. Sweep back with the baby fingers. Adding the breath in. Inhaling as you expand. Exhaling as you come together. And do that a few more times. Seems like a long warm-up, doesn't it? Yeah, well, and then we get into the work and everyone goes, I wish we were back at the warm-up. Now let's hold back, flip the palms to the sky, sweep the hands up, exhale, fold forward, get it back into your plank pose, however you need to get there. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Push high onto the tippy toes, drive the heels to the earth. Do that a few more times. And then everyone meeting back in plank. Give me a hover low. And then give me a hover high. And then pull up and back to down dog. The rate of movement is relatively slow. This is calculated. You have control of the movement all the way along. Hovering low, pushing back up to hover high, and then up and back to down dog. Move continuously, slowly, with deliberation, with control. Floating back to plank, everybody. I'm going to hang out here for 1 second. Now, let the chest descend towards the earth. Let the back of the head pull to the sky. Take your belly button, pull it into the spine. Take the heels, drive them towards the earth. Long, straight through the whole body. Nice and connected. Pull your hips up and back, down dog. Step both feet forward. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Pull the butt back, give me weight bearing to the heels. Inhale, extend a little more if you can. And as you exhale, fold down. Bend the knees, lower the butt, step the palms onto the shins. You know the drill, right? Shoulders are not rounding forward, we're pulling them back. We're pulling back the butt. Could give me as much weight bearing, almost topple, like pull back and just give me as much as you can. And now you're gonna feel those muscles in your shin kind of kick in. We're gonna help to avoid that happening now. We're gonna push the toes into the mat, not grip, but push. So you're flexing the foot. Take the big toe, the ball of the big toe. I don't know, I'm having such a time saying that today. And push it into the mat. And as you push into the mat, try to rotate it in towards the midline of the body. As you inhale, extend, unhinge, keep those big toe balls pushing together. Sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, shoulder height. Give me some field goal pulls. Take the elbows and pull them back. Take a big breath, push your hands to the sky. As you exhale, lower elbows, lower them lower than the shoulder height, all the way down and into the body, and then push all the way back up. The movement, this is going to be challenging for some and not for others, but it should have a degree of effort nonetheless. If it's too challenging and you have compression, I urge you to try to keep your elbows back as far as you can, but allow them to sweep enough forward where the movement can be made. So they might need to be well in front of your face. If you can, try to push directly up overhead. And as you start to do this more, you'll feel the ability maybe to expand and open up a little more. And if it's not there, don't worry. Now everyone hold up, lower down, thumbs together, fingers wide, baby fingers out, pull, pull, pull. Flip the palms to face the sky, pull the baby fingers together and bring the forearms together. Nice. Now, legs are straight, butt back, spine long, no compression in that neck. Just keep it nice and calm. As you pull the butts back, push forward like you're serving out a tray. And then draw the elbows back. Pull them all the way through. Give that nice expansion and opening through the chest. Push back forward, connect all the dots. Fingertips, forearms being those dots, right? Push forward, serve it up. Now try to lift up the hands just a little higher without bending the elbows. That's easy to do. We want the back muscles engaged. Pull back through the elbows. I know, it's challenging. Now, one more time, push forward, extend, elevate, and then pull back all the way through. Hold back, rotate the palms to face, and then make fists out of them and give me a couple thumbs up. Pull the butt back and fold forward with extension. So we're not rounding through the back, we're actually extending through the spine. Now, folding down is all relative to how open up your body is right now. So we're gonna oscillate these good mornings, as I call them, and working some mechanical possibilities. We're trying to get the hip hingers and hip extenders working. This is kind of like a deadlift with the back elongated as the neck is also slowing down the movement, lower down on a count of 5. It's your count. It may not be mine, but whatever you feel like, that's nice and slow. And then everyone hold in the tabletop position. See if you can bring some straightness to the leg. And now take the ball of each big toe, rotate it onto the mat. Let the little baby toes lift off if it's only way you can access that sensation. Mine lift off. Now I'm going to try to rotate the ball of each big toe together, get that inner thigh activation. You should feel it up in the pubis area. And then let the baby toes descend. Keep in the tabletop position and then try to rotate the heels away from the midline of the body. So push into the heels and try to push them out from the center line, right? Take a big inhale. As you exhale, stand tall. Nice. Push your hands forward. Serve it up. Kirsten's going, can we just move on? Maybe. Now, hips back, arms extended, almost going to topple backwards. You can see I almost did. Now try to spiral the heels away, rotating them with good effort. You should feel a nice kick in right above the hips into that low back. Oh, extend the spine as you inhale, push the hands forward a little more, and then bring hands over heart, stand tall. Huh. Class isn't over. Now you're just praying for it to finish. We haven't even started the heavy work yet. Push your hands to the sky. Slowly open to Y. Did that rhyme? I think it did. Now, pull the arms long. Oh, hollow. Pull the belly button up and into the spine. Take the thumbs, which are aiming backwards, pull them backwards. And then lower down. We got a T coming on. Raise up, got a Y, and lowered T. TY in texting terms, that's the thank you, right? TY? All right, you're welcome. Now hold up in the Y, pull your butt back. Give me a nice extension for the spine. Give me a powerful inhale, rotate the palms down, fold in, step back plank. Hover low. Hover high, pull up and back to down dog. Drive up to the tippy toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Take the right leg, lift it up off the earth. Now, try to keep the hips and shoulders square. And while you do that, try to lift the heel a little higher. And then when you're ready, step that right foot up forward, framed by your hands, or as close as you can get to framing it. We have a nice extension. Now, let's take that left knee and drop it to the earth. Keep your toes tucked under, but you can certainly flatten onto the top part of the foot if you need. We have a lot of compression in our right hip flexor right now. So we're going to take the right knee and we're going to drive it forward. You're going to feel a little pull of muscle on both hip flexor sections. The left, of course, lengthening. And then the right side, getting more engagement. You should feel a big little, well, I should say a burning sensation of sorts kind of going on. If you got that, awesome. Now, draw the hips backwards. Come down to like a part kneeling position. So you're kneeling, you're gonna step in that left knee so that it arrives underneath that left hip. And then you're gonna step back that right foot so that the ankle is underneath the right knee. Then make sure your hips are square as we draw the hands up onto the thighs. Now, right side church, left side state. Make sure there's good separation of church and state. A lot of bad colloquialisms today, right? So as we keep that, let's make sure we're going to investigate a little bit of internal rotation effort. So I want you to try to pull the legs at each side towards each other, towards the center line. Let's pull the belly button in. Let's extend the hands forward. And then when you're ready, draw the hands high, as high as you can. Now, as soon as you start to see deformity in the movement, you kind of pass where your body's stable. I want you to try to be stable and find length. And as you accept this, or if it is acceptable for the body, extend the arms all the way up to the sky. Take the right knee, push it back forward. As you inhale, extend through the whole upper body. You should feel a nice pull right down through that left side, front over the hip. Big inhale. As you exhale, hands over heart. Take the left knee, elevate it off the earth. We're in a lunge type position. Hinge forward. Now, when we hinge, this is important. Let's make sure that the right knee has pulled back behind that right ankle. You're going to feel a change in the activation of muscles, particular to the hips. You should feel your hamstrings and gluteals active. Keep the spine in extension and keep up on the toes of that back foot. That toe thing, being up on them, is going to help us to have to engage our core and keep nice and stable. So as we bring conversation to this, we're bringing duration to the hold of that muscle. You feel it, right? It's like, Sean, stop talking. But if I stop talking, then you notice the pain more. So what is it you really want? Now lean forward a little more, intensify a little more if you can. Extend the hands forward. Now, again, avoid compression, elevate the arms. So take it to where compression does not happen. Sweep the arms back, sweep the arms forward. Inhaling as they raise, exhaling as they return backwards. Let's do that a couple more times. Sweep the hands up, bring hands over heart, step that back foot forward. Ah, you're welcome. Hands to the sky. Inhale, extend. Exhale, butt back as you fold forward. Keep the spine in extension and then let it release. Ah, step back to plank. Hover low. Hover high. Pull up and back to down dog. Float it back to plank. Hover low and then high. Down dog it. Doggone it. Back to plank. Low, high, hold. Let that chest descend towards the earth. Take the back of the head, pull it to the sky. It's hard to do both simultaneously. We have a lot of muscle memory we're trying to overcome. Trying to get that spine, the cervical spine, the neck, nice and long. Keeping that low back protected by the effort of the transverse abdominis. That's what we activate when we pull the belly button up and into the spine. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Keep your shoulders and hips square. Take the left foot and lift it off the earth. Doesn't have to be high. I want you to try to practice keeping the body centered. Hips square, shoulders square. Now, while you work to keep that, raise the left leg. When you're ready, step it to frame by the hands. Separate church and state. Take the right knee, bring it down to the earth. Take the left knee and push it forward. Opposite side, two different things happening. Lengthening through the right side this time. Compressing, big activation, lots of flexion in that left hip. Extend to a longer spine. You're going to feel the pulls change through those hip joints. And that's fine. Enjoy the sensation. Let's draw that left knee back. Reposition the feet and the knee. So it's like two 90-degree angles in each knee. Keeping those knees separated. Nice. What are you doing? Where are we going? Both legs pull together. I forgot myself, actually. Let's bring hands over heart. And extend them all the way up. Separating the fingers. Use the fingers to pull the arms long. Again, finding what's best for your body. Let's take the spine and extend it as we continue to extend Inhale. And as you exhale, bring hands over heart. Take the right knee, elevate it. Whoops. You notice, maybe like I do, one side seems more stable than the other. We're up on the toes of that right foot, and we have the left knee asserting its position, slightly posterior to that left heel. So it's a little bit behind. Keep long through the spine and keep forward. We've got a hip hinging. So we're not tall or vertical, we're diagonal. The line from the heel up into the buttocks, all the way up into the head. Nice, long, straight as best we can. And you can tell by the moment of silence that I don't always like to hear the sound of my voice. We're just putting a little more effort and endurance, if you will, into those posterior muscles, that nice tug and pull. Kirsten's moving on. She's going, this is getting too much for me. Let's extend the hands forward. Nice. Now, raising the arms as you inhale, lowering and exhaling all the way back. Big expansion through the chest, activation across the shoulders. Inhale, raising, hollowing out the tummy, right? Pulling it into the spine as we keep core steady. Move the arms, enjoy the effort. Know that we're trembling, and that tremble is muscle getting stronger, becoming more effective. Inhale, raising the arms. Exhale back. One more inhale. And then bringing hands over heart, taking the right foot, stepping forward. Woo. Push the hands to the sky. Inhale, rotate the palms to face forward. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bend the knees, step the palms to the shins. Push the palms to the shins as you extend through the spine. Separate the shoulders, pull them off that spine of yours. Left and right, pulling away from that center line. Lower the butt, keep the hips down. Slowly unhinge. Let the palms slide along the shins. When they come to the kneecaps, release them and let them slide backwards. Now, take your feet a little wider than hip width while you're holding down. Just step them out. And then take the heel and push away from the center line of the body. You should have a nice activation, right? So let's pull the hands all the way back. Now, muscle memory, kind of a bit, Cheryl. I want you to pull your belly button into the spine. And as you pull the belly button into the spine, make the chest proud. And those spinal muscles, boom, feel them? Keep them active as you bring the hands forward. So the erectus spinae, it's a series of 3 muscles that run on each side of the spine. You should feel those muscles working, particularly in the low to mid back region. Push the chest forward as you sweep the arms back. Keep the chest pushing forward as you sweep the arms forward. Raise them higher, lower. Get the breath. Inhale, exhale. Get that butt down a little more. Push those heels out with a little more effort. Big inhale, raise up, stand tall. Ah. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, lower your butt and have a seat. I don't know how Kirsten makes that look so smooth. It's awesome. Cheers to everybody. It's not over. We're not raising the glass because it's over.
Well, let's get going.
Well, let's get going. Okay, Miss, I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry to get fit. Now, let's roll it down.
Roll it down. One vertebrae.
Yeah. Extend the legs out, and we're going to roll it down 1 vertebrae at a time. Pull belly button into the spine. C curve the spine. Nice. Now, oh, it's a nap time? It kind of feels like it should be. We're reaching the palms, or sorry, fingers directly up to the skies, and the palm is rotated to face each other. So those palms, let's pull them together with the arms straight. And now I've asked you to do that. I want you to check in with your shoulder and shoulder blades. So if you've rounded forward and you feel like the center part of your back is the main weighted portion where you lie down right now, let's take the shoulder blades and pull them down towards the earth. So the whole arm, all the hands pulling down, and should feel the distribution across more of the back. Do you?
Mhm.
Yeah, all right. So let's keep that. You can use the proprioceptive behavior. They know now that you're position those blades, if you will, on your mat. So let's keep that connection. Just think about it. As you take the hands, separate them shoulder width apart, keeping that sensation as you sweep the hands backwards. You notice the mobility through the shoulders may be different now that we've got the shoulders positioned in an ideal spot for movement up through them. Make the arms nice and long. Keep the chest proud, but keep that belly button hollowed out. So it's not just sucking in, it's actually taking that effort to kind of like, oh, pull it in actively. Bring the hands back up over chests. Let them drop down beside the body, all the while keeping that thought-based connection with the shoulder blades. Let's cup the fingertips so we have a connection now of the hand through the fingers, kind of like you reached around a tennis ball with the fingers and thumbs, of course. Make the arms nice and straight, and then give me a nice proud chest and hollow out that belly button. This is not a lot of effort. It's just an awareness type of thing. Now that we're aware of body positioning and engagement of certain muscles, we're going to challenge a little bit. I'd like you to try to push the fingertips into the earth. And as you do, I'd like you to try to rotate the shoulder blades down ever so slightly more. So it's the outside, the capsule, if you will, rotating that towards the earth. As you proud the chest, keep that belly hollowing out. Nice. Now, release that pressure down into the fingertips. Bring the hands back up. Rotate the palms to face. Take the right knee, pull it into the chest, and then take the left and do the same. Make the effort now to engage with the hip flexion by pulling the knees in a little closer, and then bring the forehead up to touch the knees as best you can. And then as you exhale, extend the legs out at a 45-degree angle and bring the arms back at a 45-degree angle. See if you can keep your head elevated off the earth. And then pull the knees in. C-curve the spine, pull the forehead up towards the knees, reach the hands forward, past the toes if you can. And then extend legs out 45, arms out 45. Lift the shoulder blades up off the earth. And then C-curve the spine, bring those knees up and in, and then extend back out. Oh, if you feel your rectus abdominis, your six-pack muscle going, hello, good, that's what this exercise is for. Reach a little more, pull the forehead a little closer to the knees, pull the knees a little closer to the forehead, and then relax it all. Take a little bit of a break, extend the arms all the way back, and let the toes point forward, and then separate those 2 points. Toes pulling the lower limbs, fingers pulling the upper limbs, finding length through that whole torso of yours as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring the arms back down, step the feet in just below or just close to the butt, a few inches apart. Let's take your low back, and if you feel it above the mat, let's take the hips and try to rotate. And this is our tucking exercise that we did earlier, tucking the tailbone. So the pubis is actually rotating up towards the upper body, and the tailbone is pulling up off your mat. And then the low back should feel better connected. It may not be completely connected, but at least we've got a little bit of extension going on in that lower back right now. And for me, it feels pretty good. Can't speak for anyone else. Now, roll the tailbone back down onto the mat. So you can feel your gluteals kind of let go a little bit. Take your belly button, pull it up to the sky. Bring a lot of arch, a lot of extension into that low back. And then let's reverse it. So this is just rocking our pelvic girdle, rocking the girdle. So pubis pulls in towards the belly button. Your glutes are going to be active. We're kind of pushing with the heels, but we're not squeezing the glutes. That activation is actually caused by the fact that we're trying to provide extension through that hip socket on each leg. Roll the tailbone back down. Feel the glutes kind of relax a little bit. Pull the belly button to the sky. And then let's do that one more time. Lumbar, lower back, connecting with the mat. Really making an effort to kind of pull the pubis up towards the chest. And then relaxing. Extend the legs all the way out straight. Take the left and right hand, reach it above the head. And then find length from both points, fingertips to toes. As you inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring the hands back down, arms back down beside the body. We're gonna take the hands and cup them, fingertips and thumb tips to the earth. The arms are off the floor. Yeah, there's no connection. There's just shoulder blades and fingertips, that's it. Now the back of the head, try to lengthen it. So we have a nice pull through that top of the head, if you will. Let's take the left foot and right foot and step it in just a couple of inches. So we've gone from straight legs to a few inches in, separating the heels, hip width apart. Take your feet, flex them. That's simply drawing the toes in towards the shins. Take the thighs, rotate them in to touch each other. Take the big toes, rotate them in to touch, your best version of it. It's that internal rotation effort. Now, we're going to amp it up. How are we going to amp it up? You're going to make a concerted effort to push both thighs together. Squeeze them. And if you feel those areas of muscles between the pubis and down into the knee active, maybe trembling a little bit, you've got it. You've got this exercise going on. Now, we're going to amplify this a little more by taking the heels and pushing them into the mat, but, and this is a big but, not at the expense of that inner rotation effort. The thighs pushing together has to trump the other touch, the other activation. Squeeze the thighs, push the heels. Now see if you can try to elevate your tailbone up off the mat. And if you keep that effort, hold on to it for a couple breaths, and then relax and extend the legs all the way out. Take a little bit of a break. Extend the arms above the head. Pull opposite points away from the center line. That's fingers and toes pulling away, of course. Big breath in, exhale, bring the arms back beside the body, cup the fingers and thumbs. Check in with the shoulder blades this time if you're ridging, or if you got the center line of the body, if you can feel the spinal area pressing harder into the mat than anything else, rotate back. Give me the chest nice and proud. Feel those shoulder blades connected. Keep them connected as you step your feet in about 2 or 3 inches on each side, hip width apart. Rotate the thighs in, squeeze them. Rotate the toes in, touch them. Keep the thighs squeezing. Hollow out the tummy. Pull that belly button into the spine. Keep that chest proud. Keep those shoulder blades connected. Push the heels into the mat, not at the expense of those inner thigh muscles. Working harder now. Push them harder together. Keep those heels driving and try to elevate your tailbone up off the mat. Give me a big effort. Push, 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 push. And then relax, extend, lengthen, inhale. And then exhale, step both feet in so that they're flat to the earth. Take your right leg, cross it over the left.
The ball of the left big toe and the heel of the left foot are hinge points. Keep them connected to your mat as you use the right leg to pull the left leg towards the earth. So this is not about getting to a particular place, like getting the needed mat. It's not about that. This is about finding length in those lateral or side body muscles at the point where you feel over the hip on the left side, some muscle going, oh, that's what you're trying to achieve. So we're lengthening those often abused from long-term subsidi muscles, giving a little bit of therapy for them. Let's take the left hand and extend it to the sky. And then we're going to kind of amplify by bringing more of that lateral chain into play by taking the arm and reaching it back diagonally. Some of us may have shoulders that have reached, or shoulder blades that have reached to the earth. Sorry about that. Just touch gears. But we're going to try to keep the float of the two joints, the knee and the shoulder. I'm going to try to keep that float to allow for a nice lengthening. Try to grow long between the knee and the fingertips. Try to pull the fingertips longer. And then on your next breath, as you release it, roll back down onto your backside. Oh, such an important stretch. I just love doing it. Switching the sides. Same setup, opposite side. Left knee working to make the effort. And the pull is really the important thing because it's really creating a opposing muscle activation as we lengthen the muscle on the right side of the body, or muscles as a plural. Should feel that nice release over the hip. If you've had that, if you got it, good. Take the right hand, reach it to the sky, and then diagonally back. So you know, you can kind of play around with this. If you bring the arm closer to that right ear, you see the nature of the release changes. And the same thing if you took the arm all the way down to the hip. It would just feel different. I'd like you to try to find the spot where the knee's floating and the shoulder's floating and the behind have length through the arm all the way across and down and into that right hip and towards the right knee. As you inhale, pull with the fingers, pull longer. And as you release your next breath, roll back up. Pull the knees up and into the chest after you uncross the legs, of course. And then pull the forehead up to meet the knees. And then relax the back of the head down onto your mat and pull the legs open widely. Nice. Take the bottoms of the feet, connect them, and then let the feet descend towards the mat. And then rock back and forth, kind of open up a little bit through those hip sockets, keeping the splay as wide as you can. Try to find length through the spinal column, but not at the expense of letting that belly bulge forward. I'd like you to hollow out and pull your belly button in towards your spine. Let the hands extend long with the palms rotating to the sky. Let the shoulder blades find their resting spot on the earth. Make an effort to walk the neck a little longer. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, just let everything relax. Let it go. Oh. So reduce all of the effort. Right now, the only thing that's affecting anything is the gravity and its pull on the legs. See if you can let that musculature relax a little bit. A little more rotation, external rotation through the hips. Let's pull the knees back together. Oh, you just feel a nice release in those muscles. With the legs together, extend the feet all the way out. Let's bring the hands up over the chest. Let's drop the chin in towards your chest and then begin to peel the vertebrae of each of your spinal column, each vertebrae of the spinal column that is up. Dive the hands down towards the finger. Bring your fingertips onto the mat. Extend the spine as you inhale. Let's walk them back in. Oh, I got sleepy eyes. Let's bring hands over heart and let me thank you for your participation. I appreciate you joining us. I hope you enjoy the class.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste in bed.
Namaste in bed. Namaste in bed. Hello, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Very much.
I'm taller than I was before.
Wow.
It's cool, eh?
Yeah, you know, I started the class at 5'6" and now I'm 6'2".
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like magic.
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Fun.
How's all the paint inhaling?
Good.
How's the what?
The paint inhaling.
Oh, yeah. We didn't sleep here last night. We went home.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
They're
I'm like,
redoing it.
Sue had the right idea. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I was just staying here. It's like, no, you're going to expire.
Yeah. We didn't even get one room all done. The prepping just takes forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this off, that off, and, you know.
I like the use of plurals when it's like about someone else's credit, right? We didn't get the room done. I'm just,
Well, she's the director.
yeah, Kirsten goes, it's my house. And then it's, we got all this work done. That's how we roll.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Well,
Bye.
thank you. Hi, Mark. Bye.
Hi, Mark.
Bye.
Mwah, love you all.
Love
Thanks
you
for
too.
being with us. Have a great
Bye.
Sunday.
Stay.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.